Hello, my fellow sensitives. It is I, Whimsy, your favorite fake oracle, and we're here to talk about Ukraine, Putin, and the future of Russia. As I had said before, and I'll repeat it again, we have to go through 5 phases that are necessary if we want to have peace in the world. And unfortunately, the longer we wait to engage in these 5 phases, the worse for everybody. When a problem festers and you don't take care of it, if you don't take care of an infection, the infection grows. And that's the case with Vladimir Putin and his problem. The destabilizing of Eastern Europe, the destabilizing of South America, which forced people to come to the American border. He's the one that put in Maduro. One of the techniques that propaganda makers do is that they tell people what they want to hear. This is a very ancient type of controlling people, controlling the masses. And this is why it's very important for us to look at what people do and not what they say. Somebody can say they're a patriot, but if they're investing in Bitcoin, they're not a patriot. Because you're pulling your money from the US dollar into an income that does nothing it's not a centralized coin. And so Bitcoin is created to dismantle the West. Oh, you don't understand. Honey, I've been studying Bitcoin for years. I know precisely who created it, why it was created. We've done profiles. It was created probably by North Korea and Russia in order to destabilize the economy of the West. And it's been working. It took out South America. Then they put in Maduro. If we are not investing in this country, the United States, excuse me, I'm actually in Stockholm right now. But if we don't invest in the West, if we don't put our money into our own countries, then how will our economy survive? It's an irrational argument, and it's part of the crazy of people like Peter Thiel and Elon Musk, where they cherry pick data. They cherry pick data and they take the best flowers for themselves and they leave the weeds for everybody else. They don't want reality. They don't want the facts. They want the reality that works for them. They will complain about the border, but their friend Putin created the border crisis. They'll complain about the US economy but they will pull their money offshore where it can't be taxed, or they'll put it into Bitcoin where it's not the US dollar. None of these things make America greater. And so we have to see through people's BS and we have to call them out on it. I talked to you about 5 phases, and before I go on, I want to clarify that this is strictly for entertainment purposes. I'm a trained actor and nothing I say is real. And now I'd like to begin my performance. Take them out. You have to go in via the border with Belarus, and you've got to go in via Crimea, which is actually harder in some respects. And as I had said, NATO, excuse me, NATO needs to march on Moscow. I told you guys 5-6 years ago that NATO has to, because the longer you just shoot your enemy in the foot, you're only pissing them off. Take them out. The inevitable is, based on the data that I collected years ago, the inevitable is that NATO marches on Moscow. We have no choice. We have no choice. Take them out. The longer we delay, the worse for Ukraine, the more people die. People can't go back to Russia. The best thing and the only option at this point is for NATO to go in and take out and march on Moscow. Take them out. Take them out. Face reality. We have to take them out. That's phase 4. They're working on phase 5 right now. I gave you 5 phases. I'll put it up again for people. We have no choice. I told you guys 6 years ago, we have no choice. We have to take them out. You understand? War is inevitable. You can't play softball with Putin and his cronies. Phase 5 is that we dismantle Iranian leadership. That's already started with a soft coup when they put a moderate in as VP. That was done internally. The US had nothing to do with it, though the CIA knew about it. A soft coup is a start, but again, it's inevitable. Phase 5 will take out Iranian leadership, but first we have to take out Russian leadership. That's insane. No, insane is invading Crimea. Insane is threatening the West. Insane is killing and raping thousands of people. Insane is propping up Hamas and Hezbollah while calling yourself a friend of Israel. Insane is pulling US troops out of Syria so that Israel is now open to attacks in the north, all of which was done by Putin and his buddies, Trump, who've been compromised. And Bitcoin, he just got back from the Bitcoin 2024 conference because he's being bought and paid for by the criminals that are invested in Bitcoin instead of being invested in the United States and the West. And so, it's inevitable. We have no choice. War is inevitable. Phase 5 will dismantle Iranian leadership. Take them out. Take them out now. Take them out. Phase 4, Phase 5 you've already started to implement internally, but now they need external support. You want them to continue to fund the Houthi and every other horrible group that's trying to wipe us out? When your enemy comes to kill you, you kill them first. So phase 4 has to be, NATO has to, we cannot afford another winter of people dying in Ukraine because of this lunatic. This cannot go on. Either we take out Russia and Iran, or they're going to take us out in a slow rolling coup. This is what's happening all over Europe. We see our own brainwashed college students crying out in solidarity with Khomeini. If we do not do this, America will not survive. All right, I want to thank you all for this remote from beautiful Stockholm, Sweden. If you need to have a reading with me, please reach out to me by looking at the information below. And remember, I'm an actor. None of this is real. I'm not really an oracle. And this was strictly for entertainment purposes only.